chat about my win-loss review in real time and live here with just honestly top of mind thoughts of why I lost a couple deals this quarter and what last 6 months. Look, I'm looking at the last 6 months, but also what insights can you gain from this? Because I think it'd be useful to kind of do a retro here live. Again, going live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. A little earlier today because I have client calls today at noon Pacific. But all right, win loss review. Every quarter, I do this month to month, but every quarter I like to review what were the deals that came through, were they qualified, where were the source of these deals, the opportunities, the relationships that I'm working with. And then from there, reviewing were they a good fit. And when we onboarded them, were they a great fit as a client? Were they not a good fit? And we didn't win the deal. And why didn't we win the deal? So it's just simple habit to do. I like to do this once a month internally, quarterly, just for review. And here you're going to get a live version of it. I'm not going to go through deal by deal. I want to go through specifically what, in my opinion, is one. I wouldn't say it could be a transcendental piece of why of when I lose deals. I'm not sure how you lose deals, but for me, what is the one piece that would be useful for you to know of when I lose a deal that could be useful for you and your business? And that stems all around belief. Not my belief or your belief, but the prospective client's belief around the service or the offer. And I've seen this play out. One, I've seen this played out with several deals that I lost. And second, I've seen this played out with a client that became a client and that the relationship was not 100% the best because of this lack of belief. So, what is the lack of belief in? The lack of belief is in the solution that you have or that I have. When I'm talking to the first person here, but I'm going to talk to you here. If the prospective client that you're talking to does not believe in your solution or that your solution can help them, regardless of what you say, regardless, you're just never going to win that deal. And when you do take them on, like when I took them on, and we did the work, we executed, supported them for a nice while. The lack of belief will show up in ways where they don't implement, things don't execute or follow as we planned, and third, I think we self sabotage. And here, let me paint a broader picture on belief. It's less about not believing that you have a solution or believing you as a person, like getting past the whole rapport piece. It's more when I hear these words on a sales call or on a perspective call around like, yeah, we tried this, we tried that, it didn't work, or we tried to do this, but it just didn't that thing didn't work. So they're telling you things, they're giving you a rundown of things that here's what I did that didn't work, and almost not saying it with a hope of here's what we could do better if to make it work, but just saying like we've already tried that. That's a dead end. And when I hear that, I always allude to the example of like if I was I'm clearly not a fitness coach. Look at me. But if I was a fitness coach and I was listening to their excuses, and I would be saying, okay, you're telling me that exercise doesn't work. When exercise does work, it's like a law of gravity. Again, I'm not butchering a fitness coach line here, but the whole idea is like when they start telling me the litany of excuses of why they tried something it didn't work, when they're telling me in a way that it's not hopeful for change can happen in the future, and working with an expert can actually enhance the way that they approach their work, enhance the way that they approach the processes, enhance the way they can approach sales and making offers. If they don't believe in change or hope for the future, regardless of what I have to offer them or what you have to offer them, they're never going to buy because they've already convinced themselves in their mind that this is a dead end, that's a dead end, this is a dead end, we tried that one failed. And you have to prove to me that you can somehow, prove me wrong. And from my experience, that's never going to work. And even when you work with them, like I did, you're going to continue every single call or every single touch base or every single interaction. You're essentially proving your ground and trying to prove why you're doing what you're doing, but always getting the not the no benefit of the doubt, always the doubt. Um, so I think that's a core thing. It's if they don't believe that there is hope for the future and that you can bring a change for them to be willing to change and willing to actually try something new or try the same thing that they failed in the past in a new way, right? Again, and go back again to if you're trying to gain muscle or you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to get fit for some sort of for me like a triathlon, a half Ironman. um, like I have to fuel a certain way, I have to train a certain way. um, if I in my mind believe that exercise doesn't work, I've already tried X, Y, and Z and it never worked, and I'm jaded, and I come to you jaded, but I also don't come like have to have you jump hoops or make you do things that just to prove either that you're right or that I'm wrong, that relationship is not going to go anywhere. So that's the when I look at my deals for the past 6 months and the past specifically this past quarter, like in Q4, and I look at the deals that went through, the belief was there. That not only were they ready, but I didn't need to convince them that hey, this is the path that we need to take. I didn't convince them of anything. They were deciding, hey, I know this is what we need to do. I know I've tried it before and I failed, or I can't do it by myself. I'm ready to make a change, and I believe that the change can be positive and that the change is potential hope for the future. Not a guarantee because no one can guarantee the future, but potential hope for the future. And if they work with you or they work with me to do that specifically, um, and then you facilitate it and you get results and you actually stand by your work, like it's going to be obviously a great relationship and a good, you know, client relationship and client growth. But if they don't have the belief, and it's not about convincing them, it's not about you have to send them more content. It's all about an internal thing. It's how they view the world. It's how they view themselves, their circumstance, and their work. And no matter what you sell them, no matter what you tell them, no matter how many content, not even how much watching this video, like regardless of what they want, if they don't change internally their perspective for the future, even if they say they might be positive, but they don't change the way that they approach their current reality for that future because they tried all these dead ends, no matter what happens, in my humble opinion for my deal loss review, is that you're not going to convert them through a sales conversation or discovery call. You're always going to be proving and pretty much white knuckling your way through to try to convince them for a yes. And that should never be the way that we do relationship based sales. So that is my live for today, December 2nd, after Turkey Gobble Gobble Thanksgiving. Here we are, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday live, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Went a little live earlier today because I had a client call. I have client calls booked for the rest of the afternoon. So we'll go from here. Leave your comments below if you want to disclose some of the reasons of your deal loss review. Would love to see them here in the comments, and we'll go from here.